Hello, Aaliyah. How are you? I am currently wrestling with my candle wick. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm gonna get all oily. What shall I do? Okay, so these need to be... God, lamp oil's gross. Okay, that ought to do. I think. We'll see. Hi, good morning. Welcome. How are you all doing today? What's up? What brings you to this corner of the internet? Of all of the corners of the internet, there are many corners. Why are you in this one? I demand an answer. Let me know. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Well, thanks, TikTok, for your algorithmically generated oversight. Definitely works out for me most of the time. Doesn't work out for me most of the time. It's usually terrible. Baruch atah asher anat melecha ha'olam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatif letzitzit. Because I'm kind and chill, I try to be those things, Nathan. How are you doing today? So, take a deep breath and begin. Good morning. Stop, go. Stop, go. That tone change. Yes, did you know that I have a very large range? Quite proud of it. And what does your morning relaxation consist of, Maddie Dans? Good morning, Jada. Nice to see you. How are you? What are you up to today? Say some old words from the book of Deuteronomy. I've been reading a book about the book of Deuteronomy. It's a very interesting text. In any case, the words go like this. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Yeah, it is pretty meta. It's called... Wait, what is it called? It's called, like, Women in First Temple Judaism or something. It's got a very boring title. Women and the Religion of Ancient Israel, talking about First Temple Judaism and the religious roles that women would have played. And it's very interesting because she's like basically using the Old Testament as source text, but then like peeling it away. We're like, okay, these priests had polemical intentions, they had biases, right? But nonetheless, they did have to reflect a version of the religious life of their country that would have been plausible to the people engaging in the text, right? That it would have rung true, right? So that by like peeling away like all of the accusations against Asherah worship, you might say, like in the book of Jeremiah when he's criticizing the worship of the Queen of Heaven, you can conclude, oh, right before the Babylonian exile, there were people worshiping the Queen of Heaven. Oh, cool. Right, so there's a lot of like hermeneutics around it, like trying to understand why the authors would have written the text the way that they wrote it, and then inferring things about what life was like for people they excluded. A lot of it's kind of sad, like the level the patriarchy is thick, but that's how I want to engage with Judaism, is trying to peel back those layers, get to the root. So, we will continue on with the Vahafta, and you shall love. Vahafta et anat Elohecha u'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha avechayu ha'devarim ha'el asher nochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'vitecha uvlechtecha chavaderch uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ohot al yadecha avechayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבת חכם על מזוזות ביתך ובהישארך וחיה כי הביאך אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר נצבע לאבותיך לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת וברות עצובים אשר לא עשת כרמים וזיתים אשר נתת והלכת ושבת הישמר לך פן תשכח את יאמר אשר תשכח מארץ מצרים מבית Avadim. Right? Like, why would the Deuteronomistic authors why would they have written that passage? When Yahweh Elohim brings you into land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Right? And when you combine the meaning, like the rhetorical meaning of that text with the context of, this text was written before and after the Babylonian exile, and like probably largely after the Babylonian exile, when there was well-educated men returning from a distant city that they did not build to their homeland to find that there had been development there, buildings and temples and things that was not theirs. That was not their responsibility, and yet they still laid claim to that land because the Persian government said, yeah, sure, build your temple, go back, it'll be great. Right, so they're acknowledging their position as both indigenous and invaders simultaneously, and the kinds of paradoxes that come from that. Remember, that which you have can be taken away from you and given to someone else in the blink of an eye. And that which you have used to be someone else's and was given to you. Remember, take heed. Do not forget. This candle needs some trimming. Alright, that's a little bit better, I think. Lady Boss, how you doing? Thanks for the heart, Benedict. I appreciate that. So today we're going to continue on with the Epic of Gilgamesh. Where we left off, Gilgamesh traveled through the dark tunnel that the sun takes at night to travel back to the beginning of its journey, as it does every day. So Gilgamesh went under the mountain, which is guarded by scorpions. And the scorpions let him through because he seeks Upnapishtim, the man who knows no death, does not know death, the immortal man, because his friend died. And Gilgamesh's response to the death of his friend, because of his heroic deeds, is to do more heroic deeds in an attempt to evade death. But of course, death cannot be evaded, as we will see. But let's see what happens in Tablet 10, shall we? Gilgamesh approaches the tavern of Siduri, and a female tavern keeper who lives at the end of the earth. What a premise! Tavern keeper who lives at the end of the earth. So good! Sounds like the setting for some fanfiction, yeah? Good morning, Ghost. How are you? This interesting personage is unknown outside this poem, nor is it clear who her clientele might be in such a remote spot. Alarmed by Gilgamesh's appearance, she locks the door. In contrast to his deference to the scorpion monster, Gilgamesh is aggressive. When he identifies himself, the tavern keeper is skeptical and wants to know why anyone so splendid as Gilgamesh appears in such a condition. So here we have a picture of our tavern keeper. The tavern keeper eyed him from a distance. Look at those eyes. Wake up, wake up. Good morning, good morning. The tavern keeper eyed him from a distance. The ivory head of a woman. Taverns in Mesopotamia were often kept by independent businesswomen. There was less patriarchy in Gilgamesh's time than in the time of the Deuteronomistic. It's very difficult to say. Times of the priests. The priests in exile in Babylon 2,000 years later. More patriarchy then. But let's see what this tavern worker has to say. Siduri, the tavern keeper who dwells at the edge of the sea. She sits on a stool of, for her was wrought the cup rack, for her the brewing vat of gold. It is covered with a lid of. Gilgamesh made his way towards her. He was clad in a skin, fearsomeness. He had the flesh of gods in his body. Woe was in his vitals. His face was like a traveler's from afar. The tavern keeper eyed him from a distance. Speaking to herself, she said these words. She debated with herself. This is no doubt a slaughter of wild bulls. It's true, he did kill the bull of heaven, and she knows because she's like on the edge of the world, right? This is no doubt a slaughter of wild bulls. Why would he make straight for my door? At the sight of him, the tavern keeper barred the door. She barred her door and mounted to the roof terrace. But he, Gilgamesh, put his ear to the door. He lifted his chin, and Gilgamesh said to her, to the tavern keeper, Tavern keeper, when you saw me, why did you bar your door? Bar your door and mount to the roof of your terrace? Will you strike down your door? I will strike down your door. I will shatter your door bolt. And our translator here gives us a note that some Mesopotamian drinking cups were conical with pointed bottoms, so they were set in a wooden rack to hold them when they were full of liquid. All right. Her cup racks. Describing her cup racks. Yes, we're in the tavern at the end of the world, Kimmy. And here's our tavern keeper. Ivory sculpture from 4,000 years ago. So Gilgamesh goes under the tunnel where the sun goes at night, and he gets to the end of the world, and there's a tavern, and there's a woman who's afraid of him because he's a bull slaughterer. The tavern keeper said to him, to Gilgamesh, I barred my door. I mounted to the roof terrace. I want to know. Gilgamesh said to her, to the tavern keeper, Hello, Emily. I am Gilgamesh, who killed the guardian, who seized and killed the bull that came down from heaven. And she's like, yeah, I don't like to associate with bull murderers. Anyway, I killed and seized the bull that came down to heaven, who fell Humbaba, who dwelt in the forest of cedars, who killed lions at the mountain passages. And the tavern keeper said to him, to Gilgamesh, If you are indeed Gilgamesh, who killed the guardian, who felled Humbaba, who dwelt in the forest of the cedars, who killed lions in the mountain passes, who seized and killed the bull that came down from heaven, why are your cheeks emaciated, your face cast down, your heart wretched, your features wasted, woe in your vitals, your face like a traveler's from afar, your features weathered by cold and sun? Why are you clad in a lion skin, roaming the steppe? Why are you here at my tavern? Do you want to get drunk? And Gilgamesh said to her, to the tavern keeper, My cheeks would not be emaciated, nor my face cast down, nor my heart wretched, nor my features wasted, nor would there be woe in my vitals, nor would my face be like a traveler's from afar, nor would my features be weathered by cold and sun, nor would I be clad in a lion's skin roaming the steppe, but for my friend, swift wild donkey, mountain onager, panther of the steppe, but for Enkidu. He's still in love with Enkidu, even after his passing. But for Enkidu, the swift wild donkey, the mountain onager, the panther of the steppe, my friend whom I so loved, who went with me through every hardship, Enkidu, whom I so loved, who went with me through every hardship, the fate of mankind has overtaken him. 6 days and 7 nights I wept for him. I would not give him up for burial, until a worm fell out of his nose. God. Maybe you shouldn't hang around corpses that have worms in them. Maybe. But, you're a king. You can do what you like. I was frightened. I have grown afraid of death, so I roam the steppe. My friend's case weighs heavy upon me. A distant road I roam over the steppe. My friend Enkidu's case weighs heavy upon me. A distant road I roam over the steppe. How can I be silent? How can I hold my peace? My friend whom I loved is turned into clay. Enkidu, my friend whom I loved, is turned into clay. Shall I too not lie down like him? Shall I never get up? Forever and ever? This story is amazing, isn't it? I too am afraid of death, just like Gilgamesh. That's why I'm here with you today. So, we'll continue with this conversation with the innkeeper. An older version adds this following episode. After his death I could find no life. Back and forth I prowled like a bandit in the steppe. Now I have seen your face, tavern keeper. May I not see that death I constantly fear. The tavern keeper said to him, to Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh, wherefore do you wander? The eternal life you are seeking you shall not find. When the gods created mankind, they established death for mankind, and withheld eternal life for themselves. As for you, Gilgamesh, let your stomach be full. Always be happy night and day. Make every day a delight. Night and day, play and dance. Your clothes should be clean. Your head should be washed. You should bathe in water. Look proudly on the little one holding your hand. Let your mate always be blissful in your loins. Let your mate always be blissful in your loins. Okay, good. Good life advice. This then is the work of mankind, to find bliss in the loins with your mate and hold the little ones in your hand. Reproduce, she says. Don't worry about immortality. Just live a healthy life. Why are you torturing yourself? Chin up, dude. You'll find someone else to be blissful in your loins with. Reading Rainbow Time. Is it still Rainbow Time? It's not quite Rainbow Time. Oh, reading Rainbow like LeVar Burton. Sure, I can be LeVar Burton. Yeah, like Gilgamesh is torturing himself, like going into this deep dark tunnel, trying to evade the sun so that he can find the place at the end of the world where he can defeat death. And at the end of the world, he meets this woman and she's like, listen, dude, just go have sex and have babies. You'll be fine. Play. Clean yourself. Wear nice clothing. Play and dance. Make every day a delight. Good advice. Okay. It's very good advice. And yet, I fear that I behave more like Gilgamesh than like this woman. Seeking immortality through the ether. And Gilgamesh said to the tavern keeper, what are you saying, tavern keeper? I am heartsick for my friend. What are you saying, tavern keeper? I am heartsick for Enkidu. My friend died. My friend died, okay? I don't know how to be happy. There's no bliss in my loins. The standard version resumes. Gilgamesh said to the tavern keeper, now then, tavern keeper, what is the way to Utnapishtim? What are its signs? Give them to me. Give! Oh, give me its signs. If need be, I'll cross the sea. If not, I'll roam the steppe. And the tavern keeper said to him, to Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh, there has never been a place to cross. There has been no one from the dawn of time who could ever cross this sea. The valiant Shamash alone can cross this sea. Save for the sun, who could cross this sea? The crossing is perilous, highly perilous the course, and midway lie the waters of death whose surface is impassable. Suppose, Gilgamesh, you do cross the sea. When you reach the waters of death, what will you do? Yet, Gilgamesh, there is Shanabi, Utnapishtim's boatman. He has the stone charms. With him, as he trims his pine trees in the forest, go, show yourself to him. If possible, cross with him. If not, turn back. Everybody in this story tells Gilgamesh to turn back. Enkidu was like, listen, don't try to kill Humbaba. It's bad news. And then Enkidu dies as a consequence of their killing Humbaba, and Gilgamesh is like, no, what do I do? More heroism? I guess I just need to do more heroism. that is concludes Gilgamesh's conversation with the innkeeper at the end of the world. What a fantastic episode. So we will resume. I'm not actually going to be streaming tomorrow because I'm going to Philadelphia for another medical appointment. So did you know that in less than a month, some surgeons are going to peel off my face and carve down my bones and then sew my face back on? I'm terrified. So I have to go to Philadelphia today. I'm leaving this afternoon for a doctor's appointment. So I won't be here on Thursday or Friday, but I will be back on Monday. And we will read Gilgamesh and his interaction with Urshanabi, the boatman. Why should I not say it like that? That's the truth. They're going to peel off my face and grind down my bones. That's what happens. Sure, I'm getting gender confirmation surgery, right? So that my face is more in alignment with my gender identity. And it's medically necessary because my dysphoria is crippling and blah, 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 blah. All the things I have to say to the insurance company. But like, the fact of the matter is that they're going to peel off my face. Thank you, Emily. I will be safe. It's a pretty easy drive. I'm pleased about it too. I mean, I'm terrified, but I'm also pleased about it, right? There is no immortality, so you might as well enjoy your life while you live it. Give yourself the face you want, I suppose. Thanks for the heart, Ghost. So, let's shift gears. Leave our tavern at the end of the world and go to the Indian subcontinent and say Arati. The word Arati means flame in Sanskrit. Here we have our little sacred flame. Jaya Jaya Arati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jaya Arati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jaya Arati Venkantaramana Venkantaramana Sankatarana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jaya Arati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Sambasara Shiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jaya Arati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jaya Arati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jaya Arati Dattatreya Dattatreya Trimutriya Vatara Jaya Jaya Arati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sanistaraya Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sankarachaya Sankarachaya Advaita Guravi Jaya Jaya Arati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jaya Arati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jaya Arati Agastya Munaye Agastya Munaye Shirama Priyaye Jaya Jaya Arati Ayapa Samine Ayapa Samine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jaya Arati Jesus Gurave Moses Gurave Buddha Gurave Jaya Jaya Arati Muhammad Gurave Guru Nanak Gurave Samastya Gurubho Namaha Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Natatrasya Bhati Natandrakara Tamne Mavidya Bhati Kataya Magni Tamev Bantamanavanti Sarvam Tasya Basya Samridam Vivanti Om Gange Kayamane Kaiva Govari Saraswati Narmade Siddhika Verviya Namastitam Namo Namaha Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva Twameva Bandusha Saka Twameva Twameva Vidya Javinam Twameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Kayena vacha manasandriyarva. Buddhyatmana va prakrite sabhavad. Karom yad yad sakalam parasmahi. Narayana hiti sarmarpayami. Sarvadharmam prabhishaya mamakam sarvadam raja. Aham sva sarva papayo mokshaya mimasicha. Good morning, Echo. Good morning, Nox. Good morning, friends. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these I dedicate to you. Thanks. Pamela, every day I tell you what I say, right? I translate this prayer every morning, right before it begins. I say the word Arati means flame. And Jai means Jai. It means praise. It means hallelujah. It means Jai, right? It's onomatopoeia. And then there's names, various gods, Jesus, Moses, Buddha, Muhammad. Praise be all the names that people have come up with over the course of our history to represent that which is not representable, to bring us closer to that single unifying thing that we all come from and we all are already. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, nature, intellect, or emotion, all these I dedicate to you. Yes, and the texts are in Discord. That's the other thing I should say. Check out the link in my bio. There's an invite to our Discord server, and I've pinned all of the translations to all of these prayers to the What is Prayer channel in the Discord server. It's a little bit hard to find, but it's there. I mean, I pray in a foreign language for a reason. I pray in a language I don't know for a reason. I think there's something about the just the unfamiliarity of the words that gives them meaning, regardless of the syntax or the rhetorical content that they bear. Praise it all. Praise all of it, because it's all the same. All is one. Yahweh Echad. So, we'll conclude now with Kaddish. Prayer of grief. Of course, the grief is all one, too. Grief is just like everything else. It's all one melange. Everything and nothing are intertwined. It's impossible to say anything about anything else. You and me, we're all the same. Even the grief. It's all part of the fabric of reality that we are embedded and will never be able to separate ourselves from, no matter how hard we try. So we say Kaddish, to remind ourselves that our grief is real and valid and palpable and shareable. And that even though we must suffer, we need not suffer alone. Yidgadal v'yidgadash Shema Rabbah. B'yalma divrachio tev yamlich malchute b'chayachon v'yamechon v'chayede kol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shema Rabbah me'v'arach li'olam Amei Amaya Yitbarach v'shtabach v'yitba'ar v'yirmam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalah Shema d'kudashah Baruchu Leila min kol birchata v'terata tushbechata v'nechemata D'yamiran b'yoma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlamar Rabbah min Shemaya v'chaim aleni v'chol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Ose shalom v'imramav huya ase shalom aleni v'chol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Ose shalom v'imramav huya ase shalom aleinu v'alechol Yisrael v'imru v'imru. Amen. Thanks for joining me today, and yesterday, and Monday, all the days that we are here together, spending this brief period of time reminding each other that we are here. Thank you. I'm gonna go now. I will not be here on Thursday or Friday because I'm going to Philadelphia, but I will be here on Monday. Yeah, I'm sure you will be back, Pamela. I will be back too. And we will continue living our lives together in this tiny but meaningful way. I hope you have a lovely weekend too. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Farewell.